change. Okay. All right. You will need your calculator. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to kind of go back and forth, okay? Is that okay with y'all? All right, so this is section 4-8. This is a 2-day section. We'll do some today, and we'll do the rest tomorrow. Let me get a darker color just for my video. How to graph quadratic inequalities. Ooh. Forever and ever, such a weird word. Okay. Here is the example. My focus today is going to be on the graph paper. This is number 1. Avery, what did I do with the extras?
I have no idea.
I know.
I hope it's for me. Oh, there's another fin.
Hello? Hey. Okay. Oh, dear. Okay. All right, thank you. Bye-bye. And Renette. Can you take these to the main office for me?
Yes, I will.
Please make sure you watch the video. Okay. Okay, so here's a quadratic. Here's the inequality sign. Just review. This says y is greater than x squared minus 2x minus 8. Thank you, hon. Step 1. Set equal to 0 to put into calculator. And I'm just going to put kind of quotations. That's all we're doing is putting this in the calculator. Okay?
So we can do equals and stuff, like what we did.
Yeah, well, it's mainly just because your calculator doesn't have a less than or greater than. Okay? That's the only reason why. And that's why there's a quotation. This is just for temporary reasons. Okay, so I'm going to put my calculator on top of here so we can see it. All right, so I am doing y equals x squared minus 2x minus 8 and choose graph. And I will stop and let you catch up. Like I said, we are focusing on the graph. I'm using this notebook paper simply for steps only. Okay, this is where you should be. Are we together? Okay. Now, we are putting this graph onto this here on paper. We are learning how to do this is review. This part is review. Okay, is everybody with me? All right, I touched on this super quick yesterday before you left. And I said, I'm gonna go over this tomorrow. What was it? What is the first thing we need to do, Zach?
I have no idea.
You said it. Yesterday.
Over 2 times A.
Right, okay. So we are here, we need our vertex. So I'm gonna kind of stop for a second. I'm even gonna write the word stop. We need, wow. Math teacher, not an English teacher. Guys, since I'm all over, can y'all just make sure y'all can see what I'm writing? Okay. We need the vertex. Let me move this up. Okay. So we will do negative b over 2a. Quick reminder, here's our equation. Nope. Nope. All right. A is, what's A?
1.
1. B is negative 2. C is negative 8. Down.
Like just where we can see.
There you go. This was a misspelled word, sorry. Okay. Quick review. This is 1, 2, and 3 on your test. Okay, I just got it this morning. I just made it. This here is your axis of symmetry. If you take, and I'll come back to this, if you take this graph here, the axis of symmetry is literally where you fold the graph in half because it's symmetric. What does symmetric mean?
Fold it over and it's the same.
Yeah, you're right. All of y'all are right. If I fold it in half, it's the same on both sides. Okay, guys, parabolas are symmetric. You can do that, okay? So it is the x coordinate of the vertex. All right, so let's do the math here real quick. I'm going to do a little squiggly. I'm going to come over here. Negative b over 2a is positive 2. The opposite of negative 2 is 2. 2 times a, 2 times 1. So all we're dealing with is 2 over 2, which is simply what?
1.
1. So our vertex consists of x is 1. Bless you. All right, guys, this is the only time we actually do math. We're done. That's the hardest part of this. All right, what am I missing though on the vertex?
The Y.
The y. All right, now I'm going to get my green back because I'm going back to the calculator. You remember this part? Second calc? No, second table, sorry. Going back to the calculator. So you will, why did I do that? Here we go. Second, so this blue button here, table. And here's your table. This table is going to be your best friend. Okay? We know that x is what, guys? 1. So I'm going to scoot it over here because the lighting's, nope, I'm not. I'll put it right here. Okay. My x is 1. Here's the vertex. So what is the y?
Negative 9.
Negative 9. There is your vertex. Negative 9. All right. Here we go. Going to the graph paper. Vertex is, one more time, bless you, 1, negative 9. There it is right there. You ever turn the lights out?
Sure.
Is that better?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so I'm gonna stop. Let's go over what we've done. We put in the calculator. What's the most important point of a parabola? Starts with a V. Vertex, guys, once you get the vertex, everything's done. Okay, how did we get the vertex? What did we have to do?
We we solved for the axis of symmetry, and then also then we plug in the equation into y equals, and
Okay.
then press graph, and it shows the parabola.
We did the math for the axis of symmetry. The negative b over 2a. We found x. We didn't even do the math to get y. Because what can we use? The table. All right. Now, looking at this, remember parabolas are what? They are symmetric. What I want you to notice is at positive 1, I can fold this parabola in half. So let's look at 2, right next to it. What is 2 on my table? 2, comma, negative 8. Plot that point. Go to the, here's my vertex again. Here's my axis of symmetry. I did 2. What's on the other side of my axis of symmetry? 0. 0 better be negative 8. How do I know that? Because it's symmetric. Do you see? Look at your table. Is 0 negative 8? Yes. Plot it. Do you see the parabola forming? All right, we're not done. We need to do at least 2 more. All right, so I'm going back to my vertex, which is at 1. I did 2. So what's the next number I want to look at? 3. Go to your table. When x is 3, what is y? Negative 5. I'm going to move this over. I'll come right back. 3, negative 5. Okay, here I go. Right there. Using our symmetry, going back to the vertex, I'm repeating myself. I know I am. I did 0. So what's the next number on the other side?
-1.
Negative 1. Negative 1 should be negative 5. Is it? I hope so. Yes. All right. Let's do one more set of points. Let's just overkill it. All right. So over here, I'm going to look at 4. Now, guys, you may need to use your arrow. X is 4. What is y? 0. Which is also called the x-intercept. What's the definition of an x-intercept? When it touches the x-axis or when y is 0, both work. All right, so going back to my symmetry, I did 4 over here. So what's the next number over here? Negative 2. Is negative 2 0? Yes, it is. Now, don't draw your parabola yet. Here's where I'm going to use a different color. I'm going to use green. Okay. The next 2 I won't talk as much. Now we're going to do the inequality part. This is easy. Okay. You remember open and closed circle? Long time ago, but it's easy. Instead of that, we're going to do solid line or dotted. Good. So which one is this? Dotted. Very good. So do your dotted line. That's the best I can do. This is dotted. How do I know it's dotted? Because of this symbol right there. Okay, what's left? The shading. Okay. Now, you're either going to shade inside this cute little parabola or outside. Does anybody have an idea?
To be honest, no.
It's okay.
I didn't understand it the last time.
Well, I don't think you did it last year. You definitely did it in Algebra 1 because I just finished teaching it. It's not hard. I anticipate y'all doing better. Yes, ma'am. Maybe what? Yeah. You're both right. Guys, what is the easiest point on this coordinate plane?
0, 0.
0, 0. Now, I caution you, it may not work every time depending on where this graph is, okay? But right now, 0, 0 is inside this parabola. Does everybody see that? Okay, this is where I lose people. The origin is inside. Does everybody agree?
Yes.
Okay, if not, let me know. So let's test 0, 0. Keyword here is test.
What are we testing it for then?
Plug in 0 for x, and you should, well, you'll see.
Like, are you like plugging in like for those two x's?
Yep. All right, let's do this together because this is mental math. What is 0 squared? 0. What's 2 times 0? 0. Y'all so smart. Minus 8. So we have 0 minus 8, which is negative 8. I'm going to write up here. True or false? Is 0 greater than negative 8?
Yes.
Is that true?
Yes.
Okay, so basically what that tells us is we are going to shade where 0, 0 is. Number 1, check, done.
So if it's false, you shade on the outside?
Yes, did y'all hear what Emma said? If it was false, you would have shaded outside. Well, you want me to show you?
Yeah.
Okay, number 2, you see how I kind of did my own little art? It's not very pretty, but we're going to do this one. Actually, this is 3. We'll do this one next.
Yeah,
Okay.
it goes out of the thing.
All right, so let's do number 3. Can we move on? Do I have any questions?
So if it was, are there any, ever going to be any that are upside down? Correct?
Absolutely.
So does it?
Look at number 2.
Yeah, does it change the shading aspect?
No,
Like,
you still do the math. You still have a test point. The only difference is it's basically a reflection. Remember yesterday we learned that negative flips it. That's it.
Okay.
Do everything else the same. Very good question. Let's do number 3, and then I'll go back and do number 2. I do need to speed it up a little bit because I would like to get 2 done. 2 more done, I say. All right. If you want to go ahead and put this in your calculator, you remember the steps. Set it equal to 0, or just put it in your calculator. So clear your y equals. So you have x squared minus 8x plus 2. Hit graph. There you go. Now, for my window on my calculator, I cannot see my vertex. We're not going to mess with it right now because personally you don't need to. If you want to, we can. All right, but what do we need to get? What's the hardest part of this? We need to find our
absence of symmetry.
right. So let's work on that. All right, so I'm going to get a new piece of paper. We're on number, let's look at this. This is actually number 3. Find negative b over 2a. A is 1, b is negative 8, c is 2. So just plug it in. Opposite of negative 8 is positive 8. 2 times a is 2. I get 4. Is that what y'all got?
Mm-hmm.
So the x coordinate, here's our vertex. We know it's 4. So what's the next step? Where do I go? Table. Second table. I need to find where x is 4. What is the y coordinate of the vertex?
Negative 14.
All right, let's stop and make sure everybody can catch up. I believe you will need to, on your graph, you're going to need to add 4 more down here. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and do that now. 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay, does everybody see what I'm doing? So my vertex is 4, negative 14. Done. Keep in mind, this is where I can fold this parabola in half. All right, so I'm at x equals 4. If I folded this paper, this is the middle of this parabola. All right, so I am at 4. Let's look at our table. We're going to go focus on the left and the right. So let's look at 5. I need to go down in my table. Let me move this up. So at 5, x is negative 13. And at 3, x is also at negative 13. Do y'all see that on your table? You see how the numbers are repeating on the y? Yes. That's the symmetry. Okay. So at 6, I'm at negative 10. So that means at 2, I should also be at negative 10. I'm going to do another set. Let's look at 7. 7, negative 5. Therefore, at 1, it is also negative 5. And I'm going to stop there. That parabola looks pretty good. It's symmetric. Looking at this inequality, are we talking solid line or dotted?
Solid.
Solid. That is simply because of the less than or equal to. So go ahead and draw your parabola. Whoops. There you go. And now we need to shade. 0, 0 is not that much help, is it?
No.
All right. Does anybody want to pick? Let's pick an easy number. Easy point.
Like 1.
That one's a little gray. Better be careful. We need to pick one that we know is definitely in or out.
Could we do 0 and over?
0. Okay, no, you're on the right track. Let me tell you what I'm going to choose. Okay, I'm going to choose. I'm going to choose this. 4, 0. Would that be inside the parabola or out? In. Guys, remember these lines continue. So if you watch them, okay, it's okay. So I'm going to use 4, 0. Can y'all read what I'm writing? Okay. No, you can't. There you go. All right, now we're gonna have to do a little math, but I'm gonna do it on the calculator. All right, so let's go. There we go.
So would our y be 0 still?
Mm-hmm. All right, so we're going to plug in 4 for x. 4 squared is what? 16. 16 minus, what's 8 times 4? Oh, wow.
32.
Okay, so here we go. 16 minus 32. Is that plus 2? Bam. Negative 14. You did not have to use my point. But it needs to be, you could have used something inside here. You could have used 4 or negative 6. Okay? So, my y is 0. 0 less than or equal to negative 14. True or false? False. So, Avery, where do I shade? In or out? Out.
It doesn't matter where you start shading and.
I just kind of cover how big the parabola is. You could have picked more points and kept this going. It gets a little fatter and fatter as it goes. All right, let's do number 2, especially since there's a negative in there, and then I'm done. Okay, so let's look at number 2. Clear out, go ahead and put in your equation. If you want to watch, I'm simply just going to say negative x squared. Where am I? Plus 12x minus 36. And graph. Okay, quick review. Why is this upside down? The negative.
Is negative.
Yeah. This one actually works out pretty neat. Nice and neat, if you will. Okay. What do we need? What's the most important point? The vertex. So let's go over here. I apologize, I'm out of order, but I'm going back to number 2. Let's find negative b over 2a. Squeeze this over, put it right here. All right, so we have a is negative 1, b is 12, c is negative 36. Don't use c, but that's okay. So do the math. The opposite of 12 is negative 12 over 2 times a, which is negative 2. I get positive 6 for your x on the vertex. Please make sure you get the same.
Wait, why is the 2 negative?
2 times a is negative 1. Good question. Nope, I like it. I like it. All right. Let me make sure all of this is visible. Okay, next step. What do we like to do? What's the best part of this whole thing? How do we find y?
By the table.
Go to the table. Second table. Find where x is 6. And what is y? 0. Hey guys, look at your graph. Do you see it? It's 0. All right. Now, I'm done with this paper. Now we got to focus on graphing. I'm going to scoot this over. There we go. All right, so plot your 6, 0. There's our vertex. We are going upside down. All right, I'm going to go to the right, which is 7, negative 1. Go to the left to 5. 5 should be -1, and it is. Everybody look up here real quick. I want to make sure you understand what I'm saying. Plotting the vertex is the most important part. I'm using my table to make sure I have symmetry. Quick reminder, if I folded this parabola in half, it would be right at this 6. Again, it's symmetric. So when I say I'm going to the right, I'm going to 7. Look at x is 7. I'm at -1. Because it's symmetric, the number on the other side should be the same. All right, and it is. At 5, it's -1. What's the next number? I did 7, now I'm going to 8. What is the y-coordinate of 8? -4. Plot it. 8, -4. So at 4, it should also be -4, and it is. All right, let's do one more set. 9. What is 9? 9, -9. 3, -9. And we're done. Solid or dotted line? Dotted. Okay. One more thing, and then we're done. I'll let you go. What do we have left? All right. We'll see if y'all can think outside the box. I'm looking at 0, 0. If you look at number 3, the one we just did, I'm not sure if I was clear. I wasn't comfortable using 0, 0 because this parabola was getting awfully close. Look at it here. Is 0, 0 anywhere near this parabola? No. Can we use 0, 0?
No.
Yes. How?
I did 6, 0.
Okay, you're using the, you can't use vertex.
Can we use any other point besides the vertex?
You don't want to use the points you plotted on the parabola.
Can we do a y?
So when can you use what?
Okay, let's go back. Why can we use the origin? You can. Okay, let's say we do 0, 0 and we get a true statement. Where do I shade? Outside. Okay, look at where is 0, 0 in relation to this parabola? In or out? Out. Let's do the math real quick because it's super easy. Everybody loves 0. Let's do it together. 0 plus 0 minus 36. So all that, we simply get -36, right? Now, true or false? 0 less than 36. I'm even going to write true or false.
False.
It is false. So, guys, think through this. Common sense. 0, 0 is false. So I cannot shade where 0, 0 is. Therefore, where am I shading? Inside. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay.
So when can you use, like, when do you use, like, the 0, 0?
Just use 0, 0.
Because, like, when is it gonna?
Okay. Guys, let me say this again. I want to make sure. I did not use 0, 0. Okay.
Like, could you have used it?
Yeah, but it would have been close. Mainly, I want it to be so obvious. Visually, this parabola was going to get very close to this line.
Yeah, it like goes right.
Yeah, so that to me is not obvious. I want it obvious. Look, let me show you something. Look, here's number 5 on the back. Is 0, 0 obvious, yes or no?
Yes.
Yeah, one way or the other. Number 6, is that obvious, yes or no? Yes. Let's look at number 4. Obvious, yes or no?
No.
It's pretty close. I would choose something different. Do you see what I'm talking about? Okay.
Yeah, I get it.
All right. Your homework is 4, 5, and 6. What I am checking tomorrow, guys, 3 problems. I need to see graphing, solid or dotted, and shading. So I got it? Okay. Y'all did great. Do we feel better about graph and quadratics?
Yeah,
I don't get the shading. I never have gotten this.